So this is our game clock in, the game we made for this project. We started it around the day or day after we got the theme. This is the character select right here. And over here is the main map select. And you can scroll through the map select with A and D, and you can choose whatever map you want. We decided to use Roblox Studio as our game engine, as me and Eric are the most experienced in Roblox Studio. And so we decided that'd be a really good fit for what we wanted to do. So the controls of the game are WASD for movement and or scrolling through any menus, and E for interacting and Q for canceling. Q is not used that often, as you don't cancel that many interactions, only really on the computer, shelves, or a depot. So the game loop of the game is you have to make sure you keep customers happy to get your ratings up and to keep your funds up. You have to clean messes, you have to work the cash registers, you have to buy stock on the computer, and then you have to actually go stock your shelves to make sure customers aren't unhappy and can buy whatever they want. You will get complaints if your store is too dirty, if they're waiting too long in line, or if they cannot find what they want. And then your rating will go down. How NPCs essentially work is all of them start out with a random number of 1 to 3 wants, and a random number of 1 to 3 for each want of how much they want of it. Then they will go out and they get generated a patience meter from 50 to 120. Anytime they have a negative opinion, their patience will go down by a certain amount, depending if the store is dirty or if they cannot find what they want. While waiting in line, their patience goes down by 2 every second. If their patience reaches 0, they will leave the store and steal any items they've already picked off the shelf. And also, your rating will go down. Shelves work in a very specific way, as everything on the shelf is purely visual. I made it this way so I could change the values as easily as I needed to. For example, how much a shelf could hold. And so making visuals were easier. What I mean is, say the visual part of a shelf can only hold 10 items. However, the shelf can actually hold 20 items. What I do is take the percentage of items that are actually on the shelf, so say it's 18 out of 20, that would be 90%. From that 90%, I will hide 10% of the items, and 90% of them will stay. So if there are 10 visual items on the shelf, it'll show 9 of them. That keeps it easy for me to just make any systems I need, and makes it easier for players to know just how much their shelves have left. If they have a little, it'll definitely look like they have a little. If they have a lot, it'll definitely look like it'll have a lot. Roblox normally doesn't support these kinds of controls, and so I had to make my own character controller to make sure each player could all play in the same keyboard. Though the controls are a little bit cramped on the keyboard for 4 people, as since each player needs 6 keys each, I use WASD, YGHJ, PL semicolon quotation mark, and player 4, if you have enough space, uses the numpad. At the end of the game, there is a report that shows up, and it'll tell you your overall score for the game. It calculates your score depending on your rating and how much funds you're left over with. Eric made 3 soundtracks for the game. All of them are very similar. You're hearing one in the background right now. This is the one that plays during gameplay. There are 2 others, one for scrolling through menus, and there is a fast mode at the end of the round after the final minute, so that it makes the final minute like, oh no, we have to rush. Death is handled in a specific way. Players, whenever they get hit by a car, will die. How I manage death is I just give an attribute to the character, and that attribute ensures that the camera doesn't follow the player into wherever I teleport them. I don't disable the controls of the player during this though, I just teleport them into a closed off room, as I've learned that disabling the controls makes everything very finicky for the controller. So why work harder when I can work smarter? Overall, that is essentially everything that is in our game so far. We hope you enjoyed. We had a blast making it. Thank you.